Hello. Okay, that's cool. That's quite a good shot.
You can look quite rough.
I don't look rough. I am slightly pissed though. You're there. Hello. Welcome to the latest Andy Vision vid, where we welcome a new star from Rupaul's Drag Race to the Andy Vision universe. You can go past. You're very handsome. Nice gilet. Stop it. We've already had the flirtatious, outrageous Russian rocket, Katya.
If I gave to my whole, would you pee in it?
And of course, the kooky, kinky Jinx Monsoon.
It's very exhausting. Excuse me.
Now, there's no hiding from the extraordinary transatlantic chameleon comedian that is Charlie Hides. So is this a pretty standard thing for you every morning? You just have men flocking around you, making you look beautiful?
I wake up looking beautiful. It doesn't require anything. This is one hair coming down. You probably won't be able to taste the Rohypnol.
Coming up, things get shocking.
That's funny!
Oh, no, that's not fun. Things get sad, actually.
You're like Diane Sawyer, aren't you? Let me cry again.
And at one point, and this is not Charlie Hides' fault at all, things do get a little bit angry. For those who don't know and didn't get to see that character.
Can we not continue this?
First though, Charlie has a huge following on YouTube because of her impish impersonations of massive celebrities, including Madonna.
I'm uncomfortable with that question.
Lady Gaga. Cher.
Botox.
The latest one she's done is brilliant. I love it. Melania Trump. How does she do that?
You have to squint your eyes and look like, I think I might recognize you, but I'm not sure. Do I know who you are?
Do I know who you are?
Yes, it's a very squinty.
Pardon.
Perhaps we've met, I'm not sure. Because, you know, everyone in Slovenia disappeared except my family. And the makeup is very cat-like. The eyebrow is straight across, and it's always about the eyebrows.
Really?
Always.
So Madonna and...
If you put Madonna's eyebrow on Liza Minnelli, it doesn't work. You have to be able to draw that eyebrow on the back of your hand, on a napkin, on an orange. Cher's are jet black, and they've got the, you can see the individual lines. Liza Minnelli's droop down, and they make her face look really sad.
Okay, fun. But you know on Andy Vision, we like to go deeper. I wanted to probe Charlie, and I don't mean Charlie's Chocolate Factory. I wanted to probe him in an interviewer kind of way. And not just find out about the girl who's on Rupaul and it's all glamorous, but what about the boy who came out of the corsets? What do you think is the biggest challenge you've ever had in your life? The toughest thing you've had to face?
Almost losing my mother to cancer. I got a phone call from my sister, who was a year younger than me, saying, Charlie, you know, she told me about my mom's cancer. My sister's a nurse, and I said, well, what's the prognosis, Claire? And she said, she's got a 15% chance of living 7 months. And I thought, she's gone. You're like Diane Sawyer, aren't you? Now that you've got me going there, I can't ruin this makeup because we're going to do a photo shoot later on. It was uterine cancer, you know, it wasn't...
That's a scary one.
Yeah.
I don't mean to sound flippant.
For an 81, 82-year-old, when they told her she had cancer, she's like, right, okay. She went out and she bought the peach survivor ribbon because there was no choice in her head. She's going to survive. Because she had lost her head of cancer, we tried on a whole bunch of wigs. And Dad loved that. I mean, it was really funny for him to see my mother as a big blonde. And
do you think she's energized and excited, and has always been, by what you do?
They're devout Catholics. They go to church all the time, and their faith is very important to them. Dad didn't even know who Rupaul was. Let me write that down. What was that? How do you spell that? R-U, Dad. Never heard of him. You know, he was raised by someone who was born in 1899. He struggled with what his faith was telling him, what his church was telling him, and then what his heart was telling him was something different. I was quoted scripture, I was quoted Leviticus, I was compared to, he said, you know, the church says that you are like an adulterer, a thief. For a while, he was very concerned, you know, that I was going to burn in hell for all eternity. He would have preferred I married a girl and had children. but he's glad I'm happy in the relationship, you know, that I'm over 20 years, we're doing something right.
It sounds as though your parents are phenomenally accepting, loving parents. You
There was
appreciate
some judgment there. There was some judgment, but that's okay. They really never really see me in drag.
But in a funny way, RuPaul is also giving you a chance to perform for your parents in a way you couldn't normally.
I haven't thought about that way, and I'm not thinking about that way, because if they never watch a single episode, I really don't care, because they're not my audience. Get ready, boys and girls, because this is about to happen.
For those who don't know and didn't get to see that character.
Can we not?
Oh yes, clashes and full slashes. But first, don't move it, seriously, I'll be sick.
My natural sense of humor is just so much darker. Knock knock.
Prepare yourself, these jokes are not for everybody.
Knock knock.
Who's that?
Not Madeline. That's funny.
No, that's not funny.
It is funny. She's still missing. What do you call a dog with one leg?
Don't
Heather Mills.
know.
What do you call Susan Boyle with a rape twist?
Oh, I don't want to know.
An optimist.
Oh!
I only have so many fucks to give.
Do you give a fuck that the Royal Vauxhall Tavern banned one of your characters because someone complained and said it was racist because you blacked up? This is where it gets a bit awkward. So for those of you who've never seen Charlie Hides before RuPaul, then you haven't been to the Royal Vauxhall Tavern, where she's been doing a show weekly for so many years. There was one character she did. It was a black character, and there was someone who took offense, I think from a poster without even seeing the show. They made a complaint. There was a bit of a hoo-ha about it, and Charlie Hides decided not to play the character again. I wanted to ask her about it because, well, I'm a journalist. I'm really glad I asked the question because her answer was so phenomenal. Ladies and gentlemen, Charlie Hides.
I wasn't banned. I chose to voluntarily stop doing a character that I had done for 14 years without a single complaint. Someone saw a poster, hadn't seen the character, didn't know anything about the character's history, the backstory, or anything. I apologize profusely. You know, Cher is part Cherokee. I don't believe I have to be Cherokee. But what I do have to be is sensitive. And if somebody says, something you're doing is upsetting me or offending me, then I have to look at it. To continue would have been an act of protest. Basically, I just changed the wig and a little bit of the makeup.
For those who don't know and didn't get to see that character.
Can we not continue this?
Yeah, sure. That's fine. Yes.
I've said a lot of words. My thing is about bringing people together and making people laugh and entertaining people. But if people say, you know, I don't want you playing Diana Ross, but you can play Joan Rivers, you can play Justin Bieber, you don't play Diana Ross. Okay, I won't play Diana Ross. Because there's real prejudice in the world, and there's real racism in the world. And the last thing as an entertainer, the last thing I want to do is contribute to real problems. I want to be a solution. So, as an actor, my job is to make people, you know, to entertain people. The last thing I ever wanted to do was to demean a group of people, and that was the accusation. And
I just think that must have hurt.
Well, you know, but again, what's my pain compared to, you know, I've never been racially profiled. I've never been pulled over. I've never been frisked and searched. I've never been denied housing. I've never been denied opportunities. So there's real prejudice. There's real misogyny in the world. I buried almost all of my friends in the 80s. So every day, get me cry again. Every day is a luxury for me. This is all gravy. So at 52 to be cast on Drag Race, like I said, when most people's careers plateaued a decade ago, I'm bumping up to another level.
You are A-list.
I am. I am an A-list entertainer in the drag scene, and I'm good at what I do. If 99 people liked it and one didn't, I think I'm doing really well because 3 to 4% of the population is sociopaths anyway.
I've dated most of them.
Yeah. I did an Oscar Pistorius joke. Roses are red, violets are glorious. Don't play hide and seek with Oscar Pistorius.
I have no idea what you said.
Take your fingers out.
I don't hear it. I don't hear it.
Roses are red, violets are glorious. Don't play hide and seek with Oscar Pistorius.
Oh, no, you can't say that.
Why? I'm not making fun of her.
Do you know, a dark sense of humour is very much part of like British history, and that's something we've had. I think it's something we're in danger of losing. I think that you are definitely A-list.
Thank you.
I'm so pleased for the time you've given me and for being so honest and candid and for answering some really personal questions. So
And
I appreciate that.
I hope you enjoyed the biscuits.
No, they were shit.